RC Slocum, and that is bringing in Jimbo Fisher. They got Jimbo Fisher to leave Florida State. Now, my issue with this, I get it. He's a big name. Everybody knows who Jimbo Fisher is. The history he's got a national championship with Florida State. Has been a big figure there. Here's the thing. You bring this guy in to Texas A&M, and I think he fits the bill. And this has nothing to do with the coaching aspect of it. I think, he probably has every chance to really improve that program and bring them back to prominence. And I hope that is the case that occurs for A&M's sake. Not that myself, I'm an A&M fan. Where I've got a problem with this is A&M. I don't know if it was a desperate measure or what the deal was, but I just can't see. I don't care who you are. I cannot see giving this guy a 10-year, $75 million contract. A 10-year, $75 million contract, to me, is something you would give a coach who has been there for the last 5-6 years and has proven that he's a winner and that he's changed that program. And you're trying to keep him because other schools are after him. That's the kind of contract I think that 10-year, $75 million contract is. Not something you would give a brand new coach coming in. And there's some people are going to tell me, oh, but it's Jimbo Fisher. I don't care. I don't care. Because, see, here's the thing. This guy just comes in. He just comes in. And you just gave him $10 million or $75 million for 10 years. Right off the bat. I don't know about you, but if I'm Jimbo Fisher, I'm sitting back in my brand new office, in my brand new stadium, in my brand new athletic facility down at Texas A&M, and I'm kicked back because I'm set. I am set. Because even if he doesn't get it done, and let's say in 3 years, 4 years tops, A&M is still a middle-of-the-road or worse football program in college football. You can't fire him. Well, you could. You could. But you're still going to pay him. You're still going to pay him the remaining years and money on that contract. And that's just insane to me. That is insane. That's a come in here, we're going to pay you good money. But I wouldn't be giving no contract more than 5 years. That gives you 4 years to bring in your recruits. And by that fourth year, there should be a marked difference in your program because now you've got nothing but your recruits playing football for you at that 4-year time. By the 5th year, if it still hasn't changed or it's gotten worse, yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. And that's the way I think they should have structured that contract. But for $75 million for 10 years. 10-year contract worth $75 million. Right off the bat, A&M just tied themselves to a rock in the bottom of the lake. Let's hope that rock doesn't sink very fast. I mean, that's what I think. A&M fans may be cursing me out right now. And that's perfectly fine. If you don't want to agree with me, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me. That is my thoughts. That is how I'm seeing this. I do not understand how you give a man a 10-year. Please, somebody right now send me a contract for 10 years and pay me $75 million for those 10 years. I will sign that bad boy right now. I will pack my bags tonight, and I will be wherever you want me to be come tomorrow morning. I'll go coach Troy State. I'll go coach Mercer. You going to give me that kind of contract, that kind of money? Because I know for the next 10 years, my bills are paid. I'm making really good money. And even if I fail in that first 3, 4, 5 years, and you tell me to take a hike, I'm going to smile as I walk away and say, okay, but you still paying me. But you still paying me. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Tennessee Volunteers. What a mess that's going on over there. Can Phil Fermer straighten up that mess? I've had some people ask me, who do you think is going to, what's going to happen with Tennessee? What's going to happen with Tennessee? You know, there was some sniffing winds about it. It really hasn't been reported much on. Don't be surprised if Lane Kiffin shows back up at Tennessee. I know they're talking to some other people right now. Phil Fermer's trying to get his foot in there and try to be that buffer from everything that just was an absolute debacle going on. I'm still waiting for the lawsuit to show up because that's going to happen. You made an offer to a coach, and then you rescinded it at the 11th hour. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. Well, let's see what Phil Fermer can do there in Tennessee. But something tells me they're going to go talk to Lane Kiffin and possibly bring Lane Kiffin back into Tennessee. I know there's some other possibilities they've been talking about out there, but I'm looking for the Lane Kiffin move. Herman Edwards just became the new head coach for Arizona State. And then Scott Frost. And this was a little dicey. I'm surprised they managed to pull it off. This was a little dicey. Wasn't quite sure if it was going to happen, but it did. Scott Frost leaves UCF and heads to his alma mater as the new head coach of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I've had a lot of people ask me, do I like this move? I'm not sure yet. I get the whole going after an alma mater kid. He played on he had a national title with the Cornhuskers. He's done a great job at UCF. Now, when you break that down, though, when I look at UCF and the year they've had, particularly this year, and they have put up a lot of points, but I haven't seen a whole lot of defense. And to me, that's concerning. To me, that is concerning. UCF does not put up a whole lot of defensive numbers. They love to score a lot of points. And that's exciting for Nebraska football. But one of the things of Nebraska football that they pride themselves on is that black shirt defense. And we had a guy that was in there that did absolutely nothing with the defense. And the Cornhuskers sucked. because they couldn't keep up. They couldn't stop anybody. But there were other defensive teams that were stopping us, that were stopping the Cornhuskers. So that's going to be an issue. I'll wait and see. Maybe it's just what he had at UCF. I don't know. Let's see what he does with Nebraska. This is going to be a daunting task because I'll be honest, and everybody knows who knows me knows that I am a huge Nebraska Cornhusker fan. Always have been, always will be. GBR for life. GBR for life. But I'm also a realist. And when I'm looking at this, I got a little bit of concern. Got some concerns about Cornhusker football. When it comes to the defense, he has got to be able to do something with that defense. He wants to install that offense, great, but that defense has got to be key. Especially in the Big Ten. All right, so great show for Monday night, 10:02, 2 minutes after 10 o'clock. We're going to get on out of here. Thank you for joining us here tonight here on NYSR National Youth Sports Radio. You've been listening to the Kennie Long Show here on NYSR. Don't forget, we are now the regional distributor of So Hoodie. Check it out. Go to my webpage at www.nationalyouthsportsradio.com. Click on the tab So Hoodie. Gives you all the information on what you can do. Call me, email me for any questions or orders. For your So Hoodie. It's a fantastic product. I think the kids will love it, and it'll also help them keep dry in the wet and in the with the heat, and keep cool in the heat. That is a key thing. I think it's going to be a great mix for the kids and for the coaches as well. It's a great look on the sideline to have them come off the field and throw on that So Hoodie as they're standing there ready to go or warming up at practice or what have you. Check it out. Thanks for joining us. Y'all have a fantastic night. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m.
You've been listening to NYSR National Youth Sports Radio. Email nationalyouthsportsradio@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook at NYSR National Youth Sports Radio. On Twitter at Kennie Long NYSR. For information on how to be a sponsor, call 210-5110.